We've been reminded of the wet season across Trinidad and Tobago, but the good news is that the adverse weather alert has been discontinued and we're now back to green level. Meanwhile, the hurricane season continues and Bermuda is being lashed by their major hurricane, which is Umberto. The winds basically just under 200 kilometers per hour, and it is set to remain under hurricane conditions through tonight and into early Thursday, and then eventually begin to clear slowly on a Thursday afternoon. But still, they'll be experiencing tropical storm conditions into the latter half of Thursday, and then eventually clearing by late on a Thursday night, possibly going into Friday morning. Meanwhile, for the Eastern Caribbean, we now have tropical storm watches in effect for St. Martin and for St. Bartholomew. We basically will be seeing the effects of Jerry as a tropical storm becoming a hurricane over the next few days as it nears the northern Leeward Islands. We could be seeing obviously the 10th storm of the season getting quite close to the Leeward Islands through Friday morning, and then into Friday afternoon. You can just see it here, those islands towards the north. We'll be watching this quite closely. But as a reminder, we here in Trinidad and Tobago are back at a green level. You're seeing less significant rainfall, and there's a decreased threat of flooding and landslides as most of that rainfall has now left the island chain. So we should be seeing a dry weather for the most part, but it won't rule out most of those occasional showers during the heat of the afternoon. So across Tobago then, a relatively settled night, just a brief shower along the south coast. Through your morning as well, you'll notice Scarborough and Canaan seeing the early morning shower, and then you'll see a late afternoon shower popping up along those western areas around Plymouth as well as Buku, but the rest of the island should be mostly fair. For Trinidad, this occasional shower is expected through tonight, a few showery spells first thing in the morning. But once you get that daytime heating, watch out for those thunder showers to erupt over western areas, that is Diego Martin, Port of Spain, down towards Chaguanas, along the Gulf of Paria into San Fernando and Point Fortin. And in those intense showers, we could be seeing those gusty winds as well as street or flash flooding. So be mindful about that as you go about your business, especially during the heat of the afternoon on Thursday. Now, talking about heat, tonight should feel warm, 25 degrees Celsius across Trinidad and Tobago, a high of 33 expected in Trinidad, 32 in Crown Point. We're talking about the rainfall, but we need more of it. Only 79 millimeters has fallen so far for the month of September. We expect 188 by the end of the month, so we need more rainfall over the next few weeks. Seems as though on a Thursday, we'll just see those localized pockets of convection, and then on a Friday, we'll see a bit more dry weather. Meanwhile, we'll be seeing the effects of Jerry up there towards the north. So Friday and Saturday and most of Sunday as well, just occasional showers, feeling quite humid at times. You will notice that Jerry in our presence will likely cut off most of the trade winds, so we'll feel quite steamy, especially towards Saturday and Sunday as we go through the weekend. Now, for those heading offshore, we are looking at gentle southeasterly winds of 10 knots and long northerly swells of 14 seconds. That will affect those north-facing coastlines along Maracas Beach, Las Cuevas, and then up towards parts of Mount Irvine. So be mindful of that if you are bathing in those areas through Thursday and possibly through Friday. Meanwhile, for the Central Caribbean, it's mostly settled, but out towards Hispaniola, we continue to see some of those thundery showers across Santo Domingo and Port-au-Prince as well. Kingston will see some brisk showers at 32, partly sunny at 31 for Havana. And for the Leeward Islands, a passing trough will bring some showers on Thursday, but they'll be watching quite closely the progress of Jerry by Friday as it gets quite close to the northern Leeward Islands, by then possibly as a hurricane. Down towards the Windward Islands, keeping conditions warm, if not a touch hot, out towards Bridgetown, 32 degrees Celsius expected there, and a steamy 33 for Georgetown, with a few afternoon thunder showers rumbling across Guyana. So that's your weather, and that's it from me.